Republicans in the Senate are doing their best to try to downplay the significance of the January 6th committee's hearings. And from across the board, big names that you know in the Senate for the Republicans and names you've probably only seen on the news every now and then, they're all out there saying, it's not a big deal. Let me read some of these quotes. There's a lot of them, but they all basically say the same thing. It's almost as if Republicans have coordinated their talking points here. Oh, listen to this. This is John Thune, Senate Minority Whip. To the degree that there are any people who haven't made up their minds or don't have an opinion one way or the other, maybe something comes out of this that changes that, but it just seems like right now it's mostly rehashing ground. Mitch McConnell said, I'm focusing on what we're doing in the Senate, and I think the most important thing we're doing at this moment is the Veterans Bill and the issues forward on these issues, crimes we've witnessed. Okay. Blah, blah, blah from Mitch McConnell. Senator Shelley Moore Capito from West Virginia says she's following them, but she, quote, didn't learn anything new. Yes, they're significant, but I'm not sure it's going to change anyone's mind. Senator Kevin Cramer from North Dakota said, no one's ever said anything to me about it back home. I don't know that I know anybody that's watched it. No one has ever brought it up as an issue. Really, Senator Cramer? You spent a lot of time back in North Dakota actually talking to people? Like, do you go sit in diners? Are you having town hall meetings? Are you actually literally talking to your constituents? Because if you were, I'm assuming somebody would have some kind of video evidence of that. So if you could show us, I would love to see that. I mean, these hearings have only been going on for like 2 weeks now, and I don't even know that you've gone home in that time. So if you could really prove that you've been talking to people in North Dakota for the last 2 weeks and they've all said they're not watching it, I would love to see that evidence. You friggin' liar. Senator Mike Rounds from South Dakota says he watched the first day of the hearings, parts of the second day, and, quote, I think they did a very nice production. They spent their time efficiently, but they didn't tell me anything that I didn't already know. Again, with that, like, it's the same old, same old. Lisa Murkowski said the panel is, quote, basically saying this is a rehash of everything out there. It's just a rehash, folks. Rehash, 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 rehash. Again, it's almost as if somebody in the Senate sent out a memo and told everybody what to say. Oh, imagine that. Now, I guarantee you that is 100% obviously what they did. But you want to sit there and argue that these things aren't making a difference? Okay, let me throw a poll number at you. 2 weeks ago, 2/3 of Americans thought Donald Trump was not responsible for what happened on January 6th. 2 weeks ago, right before the first televised hearing, 2/3 thought he wasn't responsible. Flash forward to today. 2/3 of Americans say that Donald Trump was, in fact, responsible for what happened on January 6th. Same percentages, just flipped on what they believed. And you're going to tell me that 2 weeks of these hearings isn't, we haven't learned anything new. You may not have, but the public did. And that's what I've been saying from the beginning. These hearings are not for me. These hearings are not for you, right? You know most of this stuff. I know most of this stuff. The senators, they know most of this stuff. It's for the people out there, the 99% of people in this country that do not consume political news on a daily basis. They're the ones who didn't know these things. They're the ones who this is having an impact with. And they're the ones who in just 2 short weeks have changed their mind and said, oh, hell yeah, Donald Trump is responsible. So these Republicans can downplay it, coordinate their talking points all they want. It doesn't matter because the public finally got a breakthrough. They saw the truth and it changed their opinions. That is what we were hoping for from the beginning. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.